We're at Wild Bill's Guns and Ammo and Logic. That was a little cabin we showed last night. We stayed up there past the chickens. Last night we had a awesome pizza waiting for us down here. Today we had like egg sandwiches and cinnamon rolls and bananas and coffee and good stuff. This is a good place. Looks like crossing the basin is better than expected. The Tour Divide route, I'm sure is gnarlier, but cuts off a lot. And looks like it's going to be about 90 miles, which is the same as yesterday. Definitely seems like one day to get down to Wormsetter. The question is the knee. The knee feels better this morning, but not good. So I'm not sure what to do about it. I think my saddle may have stretched a little bit, maybe dropped me down, and that may influence it. So I may try to raise my seat a little bit, and then maybe take a bunch of Advil and set out. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, maybe I'll turn back and spend another night here. I'd like to keep going though. After spending so much time in Pinedale, I feel like progress is just slowed to a stop. So Rob was looking at a couple different forecasts. We either have a strong headwind or a strong tailwind. Hard to tell. All right, that's it for now. We need to pack up and start moving out if we're doing this. All right, made a quick stop at the Atlantic City General Store. And now back to the farm. All right, so Rob and I did a quick run up to the Atlantic City General Store, picked up a couple of supplies, and gave me a chance to test out my leg. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. It feels better than it did last night, and I can put some power through my left leg. The question is, will it hold up for 90 miles through the desert? And there is nothing in the stretch. It is desert from here to Wormsetter, 90 miles. So, do I start out with a leg that is not in good shape? Suck down some Advil and try to push and make it to Wormsetter, or do I take a second day here at Wild Bill's and rest up and hope it gets better? I don't know that it'll heal enough to get me to a point where it's good. And am I doing more damage to it? Am I going to end my race because I pushed hard today? I think there's a couple places along that stretch where you can do wild camping that are relatively safe. So I'm leaning towards taking a bunch of Advil, sucking up and push forward. It could work itself out. It could get worse. I think if it gets worse, sounds like there's a campsite 20 miles in, not on the map, but it might exist. I don't know, this is a tough one. So I think I'm going to go. Alright, goodbye Wild Bill Guns and Ammo. So far so slow. This is a giant hill climb. Wild Bill's is right there. That house on the right. Someone who's trying to be very careful about his leg. This is a tough way to start a morning. So we're now 0.3 miles into our 90-mile day. Start. The winner, our toughest first mile of the day, goes to day 24. That was 20 minutes of hike-a-bike to start today. Wow, this is legit desert. Snack break. Quick update, about 17 miles in, I think the Advil's wearing off and my knee is not happy. I'm wondering if maybe my leather saddle has a little more droop in it than it should, or if the seat post slipped a little bit. Usually knee pain I get is from the seat being too low, so I tried removing it up a little bit, and see how that feels. Took some more Advil and get back to it. Well, Tour Divide loves to keep you working. We've been cruising along through the basin and nice, compacted, smooth roads. And we turn off onto this. Well, current status is not great. Kind of had a stiff neck all morning. When I got off my bike and lifted it up, I got spasms from my neck. So we've been spending the last half hour or so here, laying down, trying to get to a point where I can move without triggering spasms. We are 45 miles in. Looks like we have exactly 45 to go. I'm about to try to get back on the bike and see if I can ride. Great tailwind. If only I could ride. This is a road we're on. It's barely even a path. Oh, I'm moving. That's the good news. Bad news is we still have 45 miles. And the whole thing is like picking our way through a boulder field. So we may be camping out here tonight. Well, we finally found a real road. And hope. Because with 40 some miles to go, if we can do a 15 pace, it's only a couple more hours. I'm going to have to camp out here. Even a little slower than that. We just make it a late night. So, here's hoping. A quick update. Neck's hanging in there. It's not great, but it's working. Knee, same thing. We're now 80 miles into the day. And that's 80 miles of tough desert riding, which was harder than expected. Plus the delays this morning because my leg, and delays while I was trying to figure out the neck thing didn't help. We are now looking for a campsite out here. Really, we could camp anywhere, but the intersection back here, Rob just wants to scout out. Tour Divide, day 24 in the books. All right, Tour Divide, day 25. Wow, that sounds like a lot of days. Getting ready to break up camp. Packing up the bike over there. So, breakfast this morning. I think we've got a Lara bar, some Lucky Charms, part of this complete breakfast, Cliff Bar, Kind Bar, lots of bars. I think we've got about 15 miles to get into town, and then we'll look for coffee and humanity. Of note, we've been on this road, riding or camping, I think since about 5 or 6 o'clock last night, so about 12 hours. There's been one car, and that was while we were riding. Jeez, I almost forgot the most important breakfast food of the day, the Slim Jim. All right, day 25, we're off. Bye-bye campsite. Let's go find a warm setter. Oh, that's a water tank. That means A, we're in a high spot, and B, there's going to be enough people around to warrant infrastructure. Woohoo, warm setter, here we come. We got a great big convoy through the night. Come on, join our convoy. Beautiful downtown Wamsutter, Wyoming. Apparently there was a restaurant here, but it closed 3 weeks ago. So we had some fine dining at the truck stop, and now we're back on the road.